Well, hello everyone, JW here, and welcome to an update video on the channel. Basically telling you what the direction of the channel is going to be moving forward. And there's a couple of announcements to make as well. We'll start things off with Dunswell Zoo. If I still can't get into the map without it crashing when I press play, by the time the new DLC and update are released this month now, it's September when I'm recording this, it should be at the end of this month we get the next update and the DLC. It's also the 3rd anniversary of Planet Zoo in November, so I might get something then as well, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I have started working on another map for Dunswell Zoo. We've got more space this time. It's still very much going to be set on the outskirts of a village, but without the buildings and the infrastructure, if you like, that the current map has. If I can get back into it, great, we'll just continue with that one. But if not, I have started another one, and I'll sort of rebuild what I've already built in the current Dunswell Zoo, and then we'll pick things up where we left off last time. But some things will change, of course, because we've got much more room on this new map. But that's only if I can't get back into the other map. Hopefully I'll be able to get back into the other map, because I don't really fancy rebuilding everything. But I'm not abandoning Dunswell Zoo. It's too close to my heart to abandon, and the channel exists because of Dunswell Zoo. For those of you who aren't aware, this is my second stint as a YouTuber. I used to be on YouTube under the username HallowsRate95, where I started off doing Minecraft content, primarily Minecraft Jurassic World, and then I just sort of went into Minecraft Animals, mod reviews, that kind of thing. The Animals was a series called Minecraft Dunswell Zoo, and unfortunately it got to the point where the mods and my computer at the time just couldn't handle everything that was going on in the game. So I had to call it a day with that, and then I moved on to making Harry Potter content, and I did very well with that, but I just didn't find it fun really anymore, and the channel wasn't performing very well. So I called it a day just before the first COVID lockdowns in the UK, so 2020. I called it a day, and I shut down the channel, and it's all the content's still there. It's a private channel now, so people just can't look for it. But that's where Dunswell Zoo came from. It was a Minecraft series. I did try some Planet Zoo on that channel. I did the beta. It didn't do very well, unfortunately, but it's doing better this time, and I do love Planet Zoo, so that's good. So yeah, Dunswell Zoo's not going anywhere. It might be a while before it comes back, because either it'll be when all the mods have updated following the new update and the new DLC in the end of September, hopefully, or it'll be that I have to start from scratch on this new map. I have already started, so that I don't have to completely start again. But essentially, it's going to be, I'd reckon, late October, early November before the Dunswell Zoo content comes back. The timed scenarios aren't going anywhere. They'll only be available when they're included with the DLC. That's all there is to say about that one, really. I do have another zoo in mind. Less of a zoo, it's more of a sanctuary. I have another one in mind for a very specific reason that we'll get onto in just a moment. But I'd really like to do that one, but I'm not going to do it until I know that Dunswell Zoo is sort of safe and secure. I do apologise about that. I have to have my phone on because I'm waiting for a delivery. The Last of Us Part 1. But yeah, yeah, I won't talk too much about that because it might not happen. I want to do it, I do, but I'd really much rather have Dunswell Zoo sort of concrete before I move on to that other project. Yorkshire Wildlife Park, we are pretty much good to go. Just waiting for the free build mod to get it as realistic as possible. I can't do it without the free build mod, so just waiting for that, and then I'll start the Yorkshire Wildlife Park Planet Zoo recreation, which I'm really excited about. Probably I'll be going to Yorkshire Wildlife Park again some point over the next 3 months, maybe, so September, October, or November. Same with Chester Zoo. I hope to go at some point between now and November. But that other zoo, or the sanctuary as I'm going to call it, it's not its final name, but I prefer to call it sanctuary. It's a memorial sanctuary. And for those of you what have watched my videos, you'll have heard a bell in the background a lot of the time, and I'll probably say, "Oh, there's my cat," or that's my cat. My cat's joined us. And in the past couple of videos, I've mentioned that he wasn't very well. We unfortunately discovered he had an autoimmune disease. For those of you what don't know what that is, it basically means his immune system is compromised and his body couldn't tell the difference between healthy cells and infected cells, so it just destroyed everything. He became very unwell with that, but together, sort of with myself and the vet, giving him pretty much round-the-clock care for almost a month, he really did improve, and he started to come back, and his blood count was going back up. Because we also discovered, as well as the autoimmune disease he had is autoimmune hemolytic anemia. And when we actually took him to the vets, when we realised his behaviour wasn't quite right and he was very sort of lethargic and pale, cats hide anemia very well. When we took him into the vets, he was close enough to the sort of boundary to be considered for blood transfusion. That's how bad it was. But thankfully, giving him sort of round-the-clock medication and regular vet visits every week, he did perk up, and he did do better up until Tuesday this week. It's Friday recording it, and Tuesday evening he crashed really badly. He'd stopped meowing again, he'd stopped purring, he was struggling to breathe, and he was just laying on his side. It genuinely looked like he couldn't be bothered with being alive anymore, and it was horrible to see. So I monitored him through the night and went to give him his medication in the morning, and he just wasn't interested in the food or the drink or the medication at all. So we rang the vets as soon as they opened. We took him to the vets, and unfortunately he'd developed a complication with his treatment, which is quite common in treating cats with autoimmune disease. He had fluid on his lungs, which is why he was struggling to breathe. If it had been a younger cat and he hadn't have been as close to death as he was, there might have been a few more options on the table. But because he was 10 and a half, and you could see it in his face that he was really, really unwell, and he was just ready to go. It was either a £3,000 blood transfusion that had no guarantee that it would work, and even then he would have had to have had 24/7 veterinary care to monitor the fluid on his lungs, or the other option was euthanasia, which is putting him to sleep. It's a lethal injection, if you like. So the vet gave him a full examination, and her prognosis was that he probably wouldn't respond to the blood transfusion. He was too far gone. So unfortunately, on Wednesday, I lost Milo, my cat. He had to be put to sleep. He was, I think, 5 months when we got him, and he's been with me ever since. And he was 10 and a half when he died. It's very, very weird recording and not hearing his bell, knowing he's not going to walk into my room. The house feels very empty without him. And I want to do something to commemorate his presence, because he did have a presence in the videos, you know, whether it's just background noise or not, he was there. And even on my other channel that I used to have, Hallows Right 95, he was a very prominent part of that. He was always sort of meowing whilst I was doing the voiceover, and I'd have to start again and stuff like that. So I want to do something to commemorate his presence, and I want to build a sanctuary for big cats. Whether or not it actually happens, I've not decided, but that's what I want to do at the moment. That's how I'm feeling. So we've lost Milo, unfortunately. My best friend, my baby, really. I had him from just a few months old for the next 10 years of his life, and more or less he's been with me every single day of that time. So to be without him is a very alien experience for me. And to know that I'm not gonna see him or smell him or touch him or hear him again, I can't process that at the moment. But that's where we're at. My passion for animals is still very much there, and I'd like to see what I could do with this channel. I very much started it on purpose as I just want to share my Planet Zoo content with people. But the more I get into it, the more I want to take it somewhere. And I think my best bet is probably a three-pronged approach of the Planet Zoo sort of tutorial style videos, Dunswell Zoo and Yorkshire Wildlife Park. I think they're going to get me the most exposure, and that's what I want to do. There will probably be some zoo tours coming up as well. I'll take some video footage from Yorkshire Wildlife Park and Chester Zoo, and hopefully we get to see a lot of the animals. That'll be coming to the channel. But yeah, I just wanted to update you all on what the situation is. So Dunswell Zoo will be saved in one form or another, whether it's getting back into the original map or starting on this new map. The other content isn't going anywhere. Free build, once that's updated, I'll be into Yorkshire Wildlife Park Recreation. And the walkthroughs, the guides, those videos, they're not going anywhere either. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to end this video here, I think. Thank you for watching and for supporting. We're still nearly at 100 subscribers. We haven't topped 100 yet, but that's basically where we are. So this video is dedicated to Milo. Thank you for watching. If you have your own pets, give them a massive hug and a kiss from me. Unless they're tarantulas, in which case I probably wouldn't kiss one of them if I was you. But nonetheless, show them some love while you can. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay kind, and I shall hopefully see you all soon. Bye bye for now.